25 years. A quarter of a century. And yet I'm still here. I literally have no words. 25 years are gone. And I'm still in the same place that I was when I was 18. And I'm scared that subconsciously I'm going to continue for another 7 years, because that's the time, whatever. But then even worse, another 25 years. And I don't want to do that. However, I know who I am as a person, and I feel like history will repeat itself eventually. It's a funny thing to think about that my dad at 25 had 2 kids, both of them being 4 and 3 years old. And I'm 25 and haven't been in a relationship since I was 17. And that's not even to be like, I'm comparing myself to my dad. It's just, there are benchmarks that people have lived that is an average of where you should be. And when you don't reach the generality of those benchmarks, you feel so incredibly behind. And for someone who's like me, I reflect on the situations where I didn't or I did for the things that I did or didn't do, which then prolongs things further and then spirals. So then when time passes, you then start mourning that time when you were mourning of the things you couldn't have done at that time. And then it cycles over and over and over again. But I feel like at a certain point, we do have a time frame of feeling sad for things. Like, things will have its moments, and you will need to feel those out and experience them for good or for bad, but they have to happen. However, they do have an expiration date, period. And that's when you kind of have to be, as a quote that I've heard, I have been sad for long enough. It's time to move on. You know, feelings don't ever really go away. Like, traumas don't go away. Depression doesn't really go away. Sadness, things that have happened that has negatively impacted you, or the situations around you, or the people around you, or the things around you, they don't ever go away. We can only learn to put that on the back burner so that we can continue what we're doing. And I think that it's important to be aware of both of those, but at the end of the day, it's no longer now. And it is only now. You know, part of me is dreading today, and I wish there was more, but there is also a part of me that is excited for 25 because I can leave the last 24 years behind because this is a checkpoint. This is a milestone, you know. But again, I'm afraid of the routine. I'm afraid of repeating. I'm afraid of being stuck in the same place that I have been for years. And I understand, oh yeah, you are in charge of that. No one's in charge of you, and no one's going to save you. But it, you can't help but feel these things. And if there's no way to express these things or talk about these things in a beneficial way, then you will always be bottling it and stewing in it and constantly revisiting it. A lot has happened to me in the last year. I've lost my phone. I've lost files on my computer. I have lost my car. I've lost my job. I've lost my grandma. I've almost lost TikTok, which I'm going to technically say that I lost that. A childhood app, Simpsons Tapped Out, got shut down, and now we're probably going to lose the house. It's nothing official yet, but it's kind of leaning that way. And like I've said in another video, change will happen whether you want it or not. So you might as well change for yourself so that you get to choose when change happens and how. I have also spent the last over a year losing a bunch of weight. I have lost roughly 50 pounds. Roughly. I haven't hit the last few pounds, but I have lost 50 pounds in over a year, since Thanksgiving of 23. I've gone from 200 to about 150. And the things that I've learned within that is that diet is important, but consistency is important. But sometimes you don't always have to be consistent, as long as you average out that you are doing what you're supposed to be doing. The thing that really hit me with losing the weight was that for so long I kept it on my body and didn't really realize why. And I'll give a story. So I was driving home from an Instacart order is one of my jobs. And I'm like, you know what? I'm craving a pizza. I'm craving a pizza. I'm craving a pizza. Mind you, I'm on keto. In keto, you can't have bread or sugars or carbs. And so I'm craving a pizza, craving a pizza. And then I sat there and I'm like, why? Why am I craving a pizza? And I'm like, I don't necessarily even want the pizza. I just want comfort. Pizza is a comfort food. Why do I need to be comforted? And of course, the situations that were going on in my life, they were, in my brain. So then, after kind of hitting that sentence, that period of the stop of the sentence, I then thought, okay, well, let's change the perspective. If food is comfort and you eat an overabundance of that, and then your body starts to gain that, it then becomes a physical representation of comfort, which then the fat on my body was a consistent hug of comfort that I don't get on a regular basis. That also scares me within losing the weight, because now I don't have that comfort. And where do I get it now? You know, what other vice is there? The only scary ones. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't smoke weed. I don't take meds. I don't, no caffeine, no energy drinks. I don't have frivolous sex. I don't talk to people. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't do anything. Porn. I don't do porn. I watch porn. Does that get amplified? I don't know. I don't know. What else is there? Or how do I live without something? You know, when I'm done recording this, I will be going to work, a real job that I haven't really worked since COVID. I know I said I lost my job. It's my Instacart job. There's not many orders because of the holidays. Everything just died down. Doesn't make sense. Anyways, and the funny thing is, for those who have been here for a while, I am working at Subway. Deep lore. I've worked at Subway before and had issues. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm going to have to know. Because if not, we're going to still be here. Anyway, I do have resolutions, life goals for the next 25 years and the next year, whatever. I'll make a separate video talking about that. But for right now, I am 25. I am scared to death. A little bit excitement. And it's okay to feel things, but only give it the time that it needs, not the time that it wants, because you will forever be fueling it. And you will regret it. Because time forever marches forward, with or without you.